Namaskar. Hello and welcome to PE Guru's channel. I'm your host Sree Iyer. I have with me Shekhar and we are going to be discussing the new office bearer set that Congress has come up with for 2024 elections, its impact across the country as far as within the party itself, and how will this impact the Indie Alliance. Very surprising stuff that's in store for you. More importantly, we have some other things that are churning. For example, in the DMK family also there appear to be some rifts. We'll find out about that and more. Let's welcome Sri Shekhar Iyer. But before that, please like our video and also please subscribe to our channel if you have not already done so. Let's welcome Shekhar Iyer. Shekhar ji, namaskar. How are you?
Namaskar. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I'm doing good. And we have just got the first rejig of Congress organization. This is supposed to prepare the party for the Lok Sabha elections of 2024. But, sir, this evening our sympathies are with Priyanka Gandhi. I do not know how our viewers will take it, but she has been retained as a Congress General Secretary without assigning any portfolio for her. And for those of us who have forgotten that she was General Secretary of the Congress in charge of Uttar Pradesh, but today the list shows that she is retained as a General Secretary, but without any assigned portfolio. Well, what I gather, sir, she was very keen that she should be given a task, and she wanted to take things hands-on, but her mother, Sonia Gandhi, and particularly her brother, Rahul Gandhi, were keen that she should just remain a Congress working committee member and then campaign for the party at the All India level. But I think somewhere a compromise had to be reached, so she's retained as a General Secretary, that she will be one of the generals of the party, but a general without any specific task. So, because the Rahul's view was that the Gandhi family has to be insulated from any direct responsibility to any outcome in these elections. Not that even if they were responsible, any questions would be asked, because she was, after all, in charge of Uttar Pradesh in the last assembly elections in 2022. So, but after that, she had resigned. We are told that she had accepted moral responsibility for the Congress showing, because Congress candidates had lost a person. And when she had come with that campaign, मैं लड़की हूं, मैं लड़ सकती हूं. That was the campaign of the Congress for Uttar Pradesh elections. Now, this new range doesn't have, any exciting names, just that, some names have been brought in. And of course, those who have been dropped are 𝗤𝙗 Converh. He's an outgoing General Secretary. There are other in charges like Bhakt Charan Das, Harish Chaudhary, sir. You will remember he was the person handling the Rajasthan affairs. When we saw the Sachin, after the Sachin rebelled, and that is the thing. And Sachin Pilot himself has got a job as a General Secretary of the Congress, AICC General Secretary, and he has been assigned Chhattisgarh. And of course, there are other names are there, which are, of course, 𝗏𝐶 𝗲𝗏𝗀 remains the organization in charge, and Jairam is in charge of communications. That is heading the. But the big thing that is coming across is, this rejig probably had nothing to do with how the party is preparing for the elections, because there are nothing here to indicate that the party is really gearing up for this. And it has come on a day when BJP just concluded a meeting of all its national office bearers and some of the state unit heads. They were discussing. It was a 2-day affair. Prime Minister had joined yesterday, and I was told he spent a long time there. Today, Amit Shah was there. They discussed threadbare as to how the party will work towards winning 51% of the votes that will be cast in 2024. That's the target set by the Prime Minister. Prime Minister sat for more than 4-5 hours on Friday, and he heard everybody. It's a 2-day affair, and today Amit Shah was with them. It's a kind of an exercise which a functionary told me it was backbreaking, because they poured over statistics, figures, which are the seats that they should focus on, which are the seats that were narrowly lost and that were narrowly won last time. And they have identified there are about 150 seats where their energy must be fully focused. That's for the preparation of the BJP, Sree Iyer ji. And And I mean, on a day when you see that so much of activity, the BJP headquarters with functionaries, spending the whole day poring over constituency maps and things like that. Here you have a Rejig coming finally, and that is, that is not a pointer to anything. That's a basic thing. But Priyanka's removal, rather she being taken off any active assignment, I do not see how this is going to benefit the party, because the clamor among the cadre has been that they would like to, see Priyanka play a greater role, because even in the campaign in Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Telangana, the party rank and file have been very, very eager about seeing her more in action. In fact, their preference seemed to be for Priyanka Gandhi than for Rahul Gandhi. Of course, Rahul Gandhi is Rahul Gandhi. He commands more weightage because of his the kind of the hold he has over the office bearers, and they all report to him. They see him as the de facto head, though Mallikarjun Kharge is the Congress president. So,
Thank you so much, sir. I didn't mean to be disrespectful. I was just lining up the next story item, even as you were finishing up your thoughts, sir. I was listening to you. You had my full attention, sir. First off, the way I see it is Congress is already admitting defeat, because unless you have already got into that mindset, you wouldn't want to try and shield somebody from taking the blame for a day, for another day, live to fight for another day, that sort of stuff. That's how I see it. Again, some of you may not agree with me, some of you may agree with me. I just wanted to tell you guys, we have a feature here that you can use to show your appreciation. If you take a look at phone, at the bottom right, you'll see a dollar sign. When you click on the dollar sign, you will see two options. You'll see two options. You may not be able to see my screen properly, but I'll read it out. Super stickers and super chat. In super stickers, you can get creative with animated GIFs. So you can use animation to, put your point across, and it will be something depending on how much you donate. The sticker will last longer, and this is YouTube's algorithm. We didn't make it that way, so you can play around with it. Even small amounts it will accept. In case you wanted to donate to our cause, you can do it through the super chat and super stickers. Just wanted to tell you that. Now, back to Congress. Sir, I saw one prominent name missing, sir. No Chidambaram.
sir, he is not an office bearer in the sense he's a general secretary anyone, but he has been.
I knew it was going to go. There were some, I was hearing a lot of pops, internet difficulties, but he will join us back right away. I wish I had made my statement now rather than just a few minutes before. But viewers, here is the Sengol. People have started getting these things, and they've started mounting them on their walls in a decorative way. I did some back of the envelope calculations, and this weighs about 100 grams. So it's not very heavy, just 100 grams. So somebody has just used two thumbtacks to kind of hold it, use my fingers, like my index fingers, and it holds up very nicely against the wall. We'll show you that picture. Shekhar-ji is back. Shekhar-ji, over to you, sir. Chidambaram.
So Chidambaram is heading the manifesto committee. Since he's heading the manifesto committee of the party, his task is completely different. So I think his task is cut out, differently cut out. He'll be writing all the promises that the party intends to make for the Lok Sabha elections, even though promises have not worked greatly in the last round of assembly elections. So he remains a key figure there, because manifesto committee is a very important job. So,
thank you so much, sir. Next question is regarding what is happening in the DMK family. It's been no secret. We always talked about having 6 different factions. What are the 6 different factions in the DMK family? One was, of course, the ruling faction. The other one was Kanimozhi faction. Then there was the Aragiri faction. Then there is the son-in-law, Sabarisan, who appeared to be on his own. That time, Sabarisan and PTR were together. That was seen also as a powerful faction. Then there is the rank and file, the Durai Murugans of the world, the Ponmudis of the world, who are the senior people who always said, I didn't work with you, I worked with your dad. And he told me, he listened to what I said. That sort of a mindset people. And there were also the MPs. sitting in Delhi, who all felt that they were very, very senior. So all these factions were going at each other quietly, but of course, there were a lot of leaks here and there. One guy got dethroned, derailed, if you will, PTR. So all these things are happening, but suddenly now there is the rift right out in the open. Kanimozhi versus Udayanidhi, and looks like, sir, is this going to happen? This youth DMK meeting where they are going to anoint Udayanidhi as a deputy chief minister, is that still on the cards?
Sir, probably it was on cards, but after what has happened with the conviction of Ponmudi, a sword hanging over Duraimurugan, a senior minister, and this aftermath of this cyclone and flooding in southern districts, I don't think the leadership would like to make any announcement. Maybe they would allow some more time to pass. They have got the month of 𝗖𝗍 starting from January 15th. Probably they'll wait for that, as they say.
These people don't believe in God, sir. These people don't believe in God. They can do it in Rahukalam. They can do it in Yamakandam. They don't believe in God, sir. Why do they have to look at 𝗖𝗍 Masam?
No, sir. Durga Stalin would not let anything like that to happen, because he ensures that everything is followed, even the swearing-in ceremony of Stalin as chief minister after the 2021 election followed because she is a great believer, and our family at least respects the faith. Of course, we saw that one occasion where Udayanidhi was trashing Sanatan Dharma despite his mother's religious practices and their faith. Now, sir, what has happened is this rainfall, that cyclone brought a huge downpour, historic, breaking all records for Chennai. Then you had this rain, the unusual rain in the southern districts. Now, look at the way two leaders have responded. The IMD issued red alerts very clearly saying that southern districts are headed for a very, very heavy rainfall. And IMD does not tell you till the rains have, finally fallen that they will break a historical record. Now, that has become a sort of a dispute between Stalin and the IMD. Now, Stalin chose to come to Delhi to attend the no takeoff kind of alliance meeting that happened in Delhi, the India Alliance. He was here and the raids happened. But Kanimozhi, sir, he took the warning seriously, IMD warning. He managed to reach Thoothukudi. And she was there when the raids happened. In fact, what she did was, from there, she called up the finance minister, Nirmala Sitharaman, and told her, look, we are in deep trouble. There is water everywhere. Even the place where I'm staying is completely surrounded. It looks like, we are in an island. We need help. Please do something. And then Nirmala Sitharaman immediately informed the Home Minister, as well as set the system going. The National Disaster Control Center was activated. Boats were rushed. The Air Force and the Army were put on alert. A lot of things happened. So much so, Nirmala Sitharaman, in fact, put out a tweet mentioning all the steps that have been taken. And Kanimozhi thanked Nirmala for the action that has been taken, saying that, thanks to the Honorable Sitharaman for promptly addressing my request. And my sincere thanks to the Home Minister also for providing additional NDRF requirement. There are NDRF units already stationed. Now, this is what has happened, soon after whatever relief that was said, and then financial assistance was also given. Immediately, already for the Chennai flooding, you had Rajnath visiting the place, followed by a central team, then a first installment of 500 crores. Now, for this, for the southern rainfall, 900 crores has been given. More money is on the pipeline. Money is not an issue. But for some reason, Udayanidhi, maybe because his aunt Kanimozhi has appreciated and thanked the finance minister, he started, he got some correspondent to ask him a question. Why do they act as if they are not responding promptly? So then Udayanidhi made that controversial saying, who do they think they are? Why are they treating it as if it is their father's money? This is not their father's property. Whatever we ask for, money should come. And it was done in such a manner, the way he spoke, because I do not know why a correspondent would ask that question. And the correspondent asked a question saying that no, central leaders are saying that they are not an ATM to give money whenever Tamil Nadu wants. I mean, deliberately a provocative question is put. And then Udayanidhi uses that so-called provocative statement made by somebody to attack the center and say, let the finance minister not think that it is her father's property that she is giving. Now, obviously, this kind of language was necessary and which reminded us of his style of speaking when it comes to Sanatan Dham. Now, as if, Udayanidhi was trying to prove a point that he is being more aggressive and that he is countering Kanimozhi. Sir, what had happened was because Stalin was here in Delhi and the criticism was coming from all people, including from some DMK cadres, then what was the need for Chief Minister to go there when there was warning in advance? And he should have been here monitoring everything. Of course, Chief Secretary is in charge. Now, I am told that it was then that Udayanidhi was instructed, probably by his father, that he should move into the field now, not wait for him to return because he could come only after the India meeting and he reached straight away in Thoothukudi. It was only after that. So probably he was forced to, get off his bed and move into the floodwaters so that it will appear that that they are also as active as Kanimozhi because Kanimozhi being very active and reaching out to the people must not have been to the liking of the first family because they see that, did Kanimozhi manage to score a point over the Stalin family because Stalin was in Delhi. It was very, I would say, a stupid decision because he should have been out there, but it was such a thing. And the other thing was, sir, even Kanimozhi felt that even when she was talking to the district people, I mean, district administration, trying to get things, I'm told, he found the responses were not as forthcoming as they would for, say, if Stalin was himself there in the field. As if, she's okay, member of parliament from representing that region, but she did not seem to be getting the right of response she wanted from the district administration. This is what I'm told. Now, the point is they wanted to, there is this thing because ultimately it will come down to, Udayanidhi taking over. But the manner in which he is going, he needs to learn a bit of diplomacy and he needs to bit. That is why, sir, when the press conference, Prime Minister asked the Finance Minister to, let us tell the people what all we have done, how the things were deployed, boats were deployed. Whatever was necessary was provided immediately, and there was no delay from the central government side. And in any case, sir, money, whatever money you ask, they asked, first they asked for 5,000 crores for the Madras thing. Then subsequently, they were something like 12,000 crores. Sir, ciphers are added to whatever the state government makes request because they know finally it will be all scaled down to some realistic level. And disaster, already the state government has got some money, some 600, 700 crores, which is already there. In addition, 900 crores have come. Now, money is not an issue, but an impression went round that the state government, particularly the Chief Minister's office, the Chief Minister himself, and even Udayanidhi seemed to be not active enough, were not active enough. That's why there was a lot of criticism, but it has also brought into open how within the family, because Kanimozhi was thanking the Home Minister, a Home Minister who never forgets to wish her on her birthday, with whom she has good equations like T.R. Balu. And you can see that, people keep on asking that T.R. Balu often meets the central leaders and he's the one who has not been very happy with the India alliance has been going. And I'm told he has been also thinking aloud among his partymen as to what purpose would be served if the DMK forecloses all options in the post-Lok Sabha election scenario. What is going to DMK if it wins seats and still Congress doesn't make it? Should they remain in the opposition for the next 5 years? There are some people, DMK leaders, who want to do some rethink. In the meantime, the other problem was Ponmudi thing happened. Ponmudi, the strongman of Villupuram, was convicted in a case which has nothing to do with the center. It's a clear case of having assets disproportionate to the known source of income. And this case was dragging in Madras High Court, I must say, till another judge was assigned. And that judge took up the matter and started straight away working on it. And he reversed the acquittal that was given by the lower court. And the vigilance department had come on appeal a long time ago when ADMK was in power. That was in 2017. And that matter was hanging in fire in the Madras High Court. Now, I'm saying all this, sir, because some DMK leaders have been trying to cast aspersion on the judge, Madras High Court judge, who has convicted Padmudi.
Shekharji, actually, this will work against them because my information is that the honorable judge happens to be a Christian, and this is their vote bank. They can't really see why I say this. We should not be saying what religion, what language, what community a certain judge belongs to. But DMK, whenever the verdict goes against them, they will drag all these things out. For example, there was this case of my good friend. His name is 𝗤𝙧𝙤𝘀𝘆 a journalist, and he's a very, very thin guy. I mean, he's very thin person if you look at from physique. And they wanted to jail him because of some of his critical comments via tweets, where he said that a couple of female journalists had posted false cases against him. And he started telling these journalists were of a certain type, and he started quoting some instances, which, of course, the political establishment doesn't like all these things to come out. So they said, okay, let us arrest this guy. And it is so when they arrested him, first they just got him on, based on the complaint of this said female journalist. But then they added the Gundas Act, which forced him to cool his heels for 6 months in the prison. And they drove him around here, there, everywhere. He's a vegetarian. They force-fed him meat. And the person who was feeding the meat, the jail person, he said that I'm doing this on the orders of one of the television anchors of that time. That fellow has since been eased out of that particular job, but he has landed somewhere else. This ecosystem is a very terrible ecosystem. Then finally what happened? 𝗤𝙧𝙤𝘀𝘆 got his day in the court, and the then sitting judge who looked at his case, he basically set him free and quashed that Gundas Act. The moment that happened, they let loose their invective through some journalists saying that this particular judge is of RSS cadre, is also of a certain community. I'm not going to mention that. And they went on and on and on. So what is the social justice that they talk about? So they really can't take pot shots at this particular judge because he happens to be a Christian. He is doing his job, guys. When you are taking money, you should be fully mindful. It doesn't matter whether you take 1 rupee bribe or 1 lakh crore bribe. The quantum of sentencing does not change. The quantum of sentencing depends upon the fact that you were corrupt, that you took bribes. That's where the problem is. And they should be lucky. Sir, we have done a full program on this Padmudi case because it has the Jayachandran, the judges, the judgment is so detailed that there is no hope in hell that these guys can get any kind of reprieve, because he has completely detailed how this happened. One of the things that he mentioned, sir, in a small period of time, close to 300 crores was being transferred back and forth between Padmudi and his wife Visalakshmi's bank accounts. So we are not talking about actual hard cash, Shekharji. We're talking about bank-to-bank transfers. And he just said, where did you get this money? 300 crores going back and forth, because probably they were trying to figure out, there are some CAs will tell you, okay, you make it look like there is some activity. Every time they tried to show activity, there was no activity that they could say that this is realistic. For example, they had 25 odd acres of land, and there were like 4 palm trees. And they claimed that over a 5-year period, they made 50 lakhs profit from that land. He said, if you can show me 4 palm trees giving 50 lakhs profit, the whole state will benefit if you can reveal the methods of irrigation you use. So a lot of holes in Padmudi's case. This is just one of the cases. There are many other cases. In fact, 3 or 4 years ago, Gautam Sikhamani, his son, and he were under the ED scanner, and that story has come in pgurus.com. Viewers can go and read that. So this is just, again, a small drop, a small sampling, but every one of them are in big trouble. Also, in the sand mafia case, which is directly under Durai Murugan, he might be into a load of trouble. Looks like the ED had to do some course correction. They had somebody, an officer, who was kind of feeding advance information to the other side. And we've also told about how the person who's representing ED's interest, he himself is a DMK person. And ED cannot be using a DMK person to prosecute DMK. It doesn't happen, right? So all these things we have been telling. I don't know if somebody in PMO is listening or not. They should. I mean, this is not the first time I've mentioned this. It's a known fact, Shekharji. 6, 8, 10 months ago itself, when ED was acting, they were constantly using the same individual again and again. So clearly somebody is deliberately messing things up, or that at the top people don't know the antecedents of some of the people working for the enforcement directorate. It is very sad. This is how some of the black and white cases are just getting lost at the court. So anyway, that's just my 2-cent rant. Then let's go back to what happened to Siddaramaiah, sir. He imposed the hijab ban, and then he retracted it almost immediately. I don't know, sir. This has happened like in a flash of an eyelid. I don't even know where it started and how it ended, sir. I'm sure our viewers also would like to know. Also, viewers, please like this video. Our likes are not keeping up with our views. Please do this little thing for us. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Sree Iyer. Siddaramaiah, in that kind of boisterous mood, he said, "Eat whatever you want, dress the way you like, and this hijab thing is gone. It's going. I'm asking you, the orders will be issued tomorrow," without realizing that this is a decision which was upheld by the Karnataka High Court, and the matter is pending before the Supreme Court, because it was not a hijab ban on hijab. It was a dress code for school children. And that was upheld by the Karnataka High Court, which said that such kind of no other identity should be allowed, and the dress code was upheld. The dress code order was upheld. When it went to the Supreme Court, there was a split verdict the beginning of this year. And that split, because of the split verdict, the Supreme Court has then had to decide on creating another bench about this. So the matter is before the Supreme Court. So I think after the statement he made yesterday, then the law department apparently told him, "Look, we can't do like that. It's a complicated thing. Unless the girls who had challenged before the Karnataka High Court and the state government decision, then the government was then under Bombay, Baswaraj Bombay, the BJP government, they had taken a decision to ban any other dress other than the school uniform, where the uniforms are there. And those girls who came to Karnataka High Court and lost the case, they came to Supreme Court. Now, their Supreme Court gave a split verdict. Now, unless the original petitioner comes before Supreme Court and says, "I want to withdraw my case because the state government is going to reverse it," then it's a different matter. But it will require an appearance before the Supreme Court. Now, Siddaramaiah realized that is not that easy. And between yesterday and today, many Congress leaders are very upset. Why should this matter have died down? Why should he? Of course, it was a talking point during the election. But with the Lok Sabha elections coming here, because BJP has gone to town saying that Siddaramaiah is back to playing his old card of appeasing minority vote banks, and he's trying to please all the elements, because that would mean withdrawing this dress code means that the girl child, the Muslim girl children would be subjected to pressure from the organizations which are insisting on this. Because there has been a campaign by organizations which are associated with Front of India, PFI, and there are other organizations which is banned. PFI is banned, but the campus organization, the campus Front of India. Now, these are the organizations that are forcing many school girls to not to step out without hijab. So, if if the Karnataka High Court, if the Karnataka government order, which has been upheld by the Karnataka High Court, is withdrawn, that means you are allowing these girls to come under pressure from these groups. these groups have exposed an extremist view of things, and they're definitely anti-women, and they would force everybody to come on hijab. So I think that's not a situation which is going to be very healthy when it comes to particularly the interest of the girl child. So therefore,
Thank you
I
so.
think there's
Yeah,
already,
good.
that is
Yeah.
why he has realized that he has walked into something which will greatly benefit the BJP, because BJP in the last 24 hours has been going to towns on this particular thing, that this is a clear case of appeasement and clear case of nurturing the vote bank politics.
Shekharji, looks like Prime Minister Modi was in Bengaluru to inaugurate Terminal 2 of the 𝗣𝗂𝗏𝗏 International Airport, sir.
That was not today, sir.
It was yesterday or a few days ago. I just saw the
I
pictures
think
today. I don't know. Okay, okay.
not today. It was not today.
I see. Sir, there is another topic that I want to talk about. But before that, I want to acknowledge some of you who heeded and actually bought super stickers. Srinivas Raghavan, thank you so much. And there are some more people who are putting down their super stickers. And you can see that the sticker stays on even as more messages keep coming in. This is what I was trying to tell you. So you can see that his sticker is going to be on all the time. Sir, there is a new development, and I'm not sure this is true or not, but most likely it is true. This is another Modi master stroke, Shekharji, the way I see it. He has given an invite to Sonia Gandhi for the Ram Mandir inauguration ceremony. Now think about it. If Sonia Gandhi goes for that, then the core constituency of Christians or Muslims will not like it. And if Sonia Gandhi doesn't go, then whatever goodwill they are expecting from the Hindu community will not be there. So what is Sonia Gandhi going to do, sir? Not well? Is that what going to be, I'm not well to travel or something like that? Health reasons? What do you think she'll do?
Sir, invitation was extended by the Ram Mandir Trust.
Hmm.
And the invitation was delivered in person by Nrpendra Mishra, who was the former principal secretary to the Prime Minister Modi, and who is currently overseeing the completion of the temple project. They also went to Mallikarjun Kharge, the Congress president. They have met other leaders. Invitations have been sent out to even other opposition leaders like Siddaramaiah Hijab, D. Raja.
They won't come. They can't come.
No, I mean, all these people are getting invites. There is no, everybody, even Akhilesh Yadav, everybody is getting the invite. The question is, it's a dharma sankat for the Congress leaders, because they were hoping that they would not get the invite, and they would say that, look, Prime Minister hogged the show and we were all kept out. But the decision of the Ram Mandir Trust, is to invite these people. So I've told the matter came up before the Congress Working Committee meeting on Friday, and what they decided was that we will see what is to be done. That's why when 𝗚𝚎 Venugopal was briefing the media, he said, we will know by January 22nd, who will go. Probably they may have to send somebody who is saying that they are representing, but definitely Sonia Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi, Priyanka Gandhi, going there can be a masterstroke for the Congress. That means Congress is putting an end to all that, the flip-flop on this issue since the Supreme Court judgment that favored construction of the Ram Temple. But now I think that there's, with the dates nearing for the Prana Pratishtha and Kumbhabhishek of this temple, Congress leaders have been saying, they have been talking as if they were all opposed to this, and wondering, again, this is an issue that is being made. Even in the India alliance, this subject was raised by both Stalin as well as Sitaram Yechuri, where they said we need to have a counter campaign. Now, I do not know anybody in this right political census would not talk of a counter campaign on this issue like this, because this issue has been settled by the Supreme Court. The temple has come. Now there is going to be a lot of people who will be arriving in Uttar Pradesh. There could be a wave of devotees coming. So the mood could definitely have a big change. But to oppose it in some form or the other, that is playing that is playing into the hands of the BJP, because BJP will definitely say, look, these opposition parties did not want to come. So this is going to be a very, very difficult thing. And I don't think Sonia Gandhi would herself go, because she has never visited temples, excepting she used to visit temples when her husband was around and when Rajiv Gandhi was prime minister. But I have not seen her visiting temples in particular, though her children have gone to temples around the election time. This has happened. And so I doubt whether she will go, because we know for a fact she had been to Varanasi several times, but she never went to Kashi Vishwanath temple. Even the last visit, I think that was in 2019. And the Uttar Pradesh Congress leaders wanted her to visit the Kashi Vishwanath temple. They had made that arrangement with the temple authorities for her, VVIP arrival and all that. But she said she was not feeling well, and then she went to the guest house. Then she sprained her leg. She probably had a fall, and then after that she returned to Delhi. She never went to the temple. So I doubt whether Sonia Gandhi would actually be eager to go to the temple. Of course, the pressure on the party is that they should not ignore this invite, and otherwise BJP will definitely use it against the Congress.
So interesting times ahead, and this is where the problem is. You have to be inclusive as a politician. You have to be able to take everyone along, and when you try to play sides and try to divide and rule, and जिसकी आबादी उसकी जितनी आबादी उतनी हक. I don't know where Rahul Gandhi gets it. Whoever writes these one-liners for him, really, I mean, it all seems to blow up on his face. Poor guy. I can't think of him coming up with these kinds of things. Somebody is clearly writing it for him.
Sir,
so we have to.
Sir, forget somebody writing these lines for him. The other day there was an opposition meeting. I mean, in Jantar Mantar, where this was protesting against suspension of the opposition MPs. More than 146 members of parliament had been suspended. And he addressed the crowd there. And what did he say? He said, BJP, when the intruders came in, the security breach happened, that BJP MPs ran away from the parliament building, which is a complete untrue. It's not at all true. Nobody ran away. In fact, there were two people who pinned these two intruders down and handed over to security, and one was a BJP MP, and one was an MP from Punjab, Congress. So therefore, to say that BJP members ran away, but I do not know why Rahul Gandhi makes such statements. For what effect? For what impact? I mean, he can stick to what actually happened, but then Rahul is given to some imaginations, I suppose, and he has a right to do so.
Thank you, sir. Now we have one more topic to discuss before we go on to our questions, which is the meeting of Lalu Prasad Yadav with a union minister. Now, sir, you gave me a teaser. You're dangling me by a hook. Who was the union minister he met? What did they talk about? Is he also planning to jump ship from Indy to NDA? What is going on, sir?
Sir, the minister is a person who is TV reporters' delight. Whenever he comes and gives a bite, I mean BYTE, they love it because he creates some controversy. Now, this is our minister from Bihar, 𝗤𝙧𝙤𝙪 Singh. And 𝗤𝙧𝙤𝙪 Singh and Lalu happened to travel together from Delhi to Patna. Because Lalu had, attended the India Alliance meeting. And after that, he traveled back to Patna, and Lalu had for company the BJP leader 𝗤𝙧𝙤𝙪 Singh. They exchanged a lot of pleasantries. They discussed a lot of things in that almost 2-hour flight from Delhi to Patna, or less than 2 hours, I would say. And when he landed in Patna, 𝗤𝙧𝙤𝙪 Singh came out of the airport and told reporters, "Look, Lalu has told me that the future of their alliance with JDU is 𝗤𝙧𝙤𝙀. I mean, as to 𝗤𝙧𝙤𝙀 will become chief minister sooner or later, and that Nitish Kumar, to that effect, that it is, and both the parties are going to merge." Now, after he said this, in Patna, all the leaders of JDU and RJD, they were all could not understand how could have Lalu said this. And Giriraj Singh said, no, Lalu spoke to me and Lalu said this. The future of that alliance is Tejasvi Yadav. That means his son Tejasvi, who is now deputy CM, will become CM. And Nitish will have to give way. And it will be preceded or followed by a merger of these two parties. It's only a question of timing. Now, Tejasvi Yadav, who was also on the flight, he said, look, I don't think my father said all this. Giriraj Singh always does this to increase his TRP. That's why he's saying all this. Nothing of sort was discussed. In fact, they only discussed when to have a mutton party, because Lalu is known to be a great cook. And Lalu had invited Giriraj Singh, why don't you come and have and probably they were, in fact, Giriraj Singh wanted himself to be invited for a grand meal. And Lalu promised him that one of the the best cooks would work on the dish. And they only discussed this. There was no talk about the cooking of RJD and JDU together. Now, but Giriraj Singh is insisting, no, he told me, Lalu told me. See, ho gaya kaam, khatam, Nitish ka kaam ho gaya. Oh, that has, in Bihar, sir, every statement, Bihar is one of the most politically sensitive state in the sense the local people, they follow politics very closely. Every remark of a politician is analyzed right from the tea shop to in the government offices. Iska arth kya hai, iska matlab kya hai, and all that. So therefore, this exchange has been very interesting. Of course, we haven't heard from Lalu. Lalu has not said I didn't say this or that. But Giriraj Singh is good for this kind of thing. Recently, he had created another controversy. He said best way to prevent, not only this sale of halal should be banned, rather there should be the wheat should be sold as jhatka type also. I mean, there has to be a distinct branding of jhatka, meat. And jhatka and halal, we know that the Islamic way of handling an animal for purpose of meat is to cut a vein and let it slowly bleed to death. Whereas the jhatka type is, one stroke and the head is severed. Now, Jhatka and Giriraj Singh says this is the traditional Hindu way of even sacrifice, animal sacrifice. That's how we should all, we should only procure meat which has been dealt, where the animal has been given a Jhatka treatment.
Thank you, sir. And now we can take some questions. I see that many of you are using the super sticker and super chat. Thank you so much for that. Next one, please. Thank you, Vignesh Prabhu. Vaikunta Ekadasi wishes Sree Iyer, if possible, also bring Rajadanda of Baadami Chalukya similar to Sengol. Thanks for the suggestion, Vignesh Prabhu. Yes, most of India, they were all Sanatani rulers. They all, even when they fought wars, there were some very important things that everybody abided by. First of all, no women, no children, no Brahmins. Brahmins will not be killed by the winning force or anybody. They will not be touched. That was one rule. Second rule was they would only fight in a Maidan, in an open Maidan, so that normal population does not get disturbed. Third was Suryast to Suryodaya, no fighting. It was always, the rules of war were always strictly followed. Everything got upside down when Prithviraj Chauhan was killed by Muhammad Ghori. That's when, they said, oh my goodness, these guys don't know what to do. And that's where India started going off of its, dharmas to when fights started happening. But even then, when the Hindu kings fought amongst each other, these rules were observed. This is what it tells us, and we definitely will look at that also, Baadami Chalukya's Rajadanda. But again, it's a danda. Danda is the same thing. Well, Sengol is also a danda. It's actually a scepter, it's called in English. So yes, we will definitely take a look at it, Vignesh. Next one. Thank you, Savitri Subramanian, for your super sticker. Thank you, Chitra. I think it is Chitra, but Chi for your super sticker. Nice name. Pawan Kishorji wants to know, why are some wrestlers still creating drama? They requested for elections and results are out. They should accept democratically elected panel. Why more drama? Is Congress behind this?
Well, sir, well, the answer may be yes, because the whole trouble over Wrestling Federation was attempts by people, belonging to the Haryana group, who were saying that since all wrestlers belong to the Haryana and many of them belong to one particular community, therefore the Wrestling Federation should, which actually should, the control should pass on to people hailing from Haryana. Now, if you remember the last time when Brijbhushan Singh had won the elections, Wrestling Federation of India, he had defeated Dipinder Hooda, the son of Bhupendra Hooda. Since then, the battle has been going on. It was becoming the Haryana people versus the rest. Now, incidentally, Brijbhushan Sharan Singh had the support of other state wrestling units who were supporting him. Now, finally, those allegations came. Delhi police made an inquiry. A case was registered, and then finally elections were called because the International Wrestling Federation had also de-recognized them because they had not held the elections. Now, the fact is, Brijpur and Sharan Singh, sir, like all sporting bodies, there's so much of internal politics in the internal elections. They managed to get support of various, state affiliates, state associations. The same thing has happened in this case where Brijpur and Singh managed to put a proxy, that is his close mate Sanjay Singh, and these people lost. And that is why they are very upset. They thought this was a campaign because even many people were saying right from the beginning, apart from the seriousness those allegations, and some of these allegations were examined by Delhi police, and they probably felt that there were several complaints, that all those complaints were not very genuine, and because the timing mentioned about where this exploitation happened was a period when Brijbhushan Sharan Singh was not around. And so there were a lot of discrepancies between the complainant's statement and what Delhi police was subsequently found. But in whichever case, they felt there were room for a filing of a case and a charge sheet that they have done. Now, I feel these wrestlers have become some kind of a pawn in the hands of politicians who want to take control of Wrestling Federation. But obviously that has not happened. That is why you are today seeing that today one person says, I will surrender the Padma Shri. I think the players are getting into too much of politics of this federation. And of course, I do not know what exactly had happened in the Wrestling Federation. But Brijbhushan Sharan Singh was known to be some kind of person who has a high-handed style. There were players, of course, he took a lot of care of players, but also there were complaints against him that he was harsh with them. Sometimes he was violent with them. All those complaints have been there. Now, that apart, but there is definitely a political angle to what has been going on there.
Next question, please. Mangat Ranga wants to know, Namaskaram, reports say TMC likely to offer only 2 seats to Congress. Same would be with all other regional parties. Where will Congress find sufficient seats to contest?
Mangat Rangaji, you are absolutely right, because Babita is in no mood to accommodate Congress request for any a bigger number of seats. But before that, she wants Congress to sever alliance with the left. Officially today, Congress had left our alliance. And also, she is promising that she will give only 2 seats. She is willing to give a 3rd seat, provided that Congress accommodates Trinamool in Meghalaya. And so, if that happens, then she is willing to give 1 more seat. But before that, she wants the Congress to completely say they won't have left alliance. The West Bengal Congress leaders, as well as Marxist leaders from Bengal, they already have an alliance. They fought together the panchayat elections, municipal elections. So they are more keen on that alliance continuing. If that continues, there will not be an alliance. There will be no joint opposition candidate because Mamata will not accommodate anybody. And already Mamata is planning that, because right now Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary is there and Ganikant Chaudhary's brother is there. They are the two MPs from Lok Sabha MPs. That is, one is Malda and the other is this place, Srirampur. I'm sorry. The other place is Murshidabad. Sorry, Berhampur. Berhampur is where Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary is representing Berhampur. Mamata is not very keen that Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary should again get re-nomination. So I don't think she's supporting him. And also Mamata has planned to bring another Bhaipo in the Lok Sabha elections. Already Abhishek Banerjee is a Bhaipo, that is brother's son, nephew. He is representing Diamond Harbour constituency. He may bring another Bhaipo, that is their brother's son. Another son, that is Akash Banerjee. His name is already doing rounds. And he could be put up from Srirampur, which has been represented by Kalyan Banerjee, who did that mimicry of Vice President. And Mamata is very upset. Mamata is very upset with Kalyan Banerjee, who is a senior Supreme Court lawyer also, for indulging in an act which was videographed by our Rahul Gandhi and which took the sting out of the opposition protest and against the government for the suspension. So one can see that, sir, this coming to the question, Mamata and Congress are having difficulty in, having a basic alliance in West Bengal. Similarly, in Tamil Nadu, the alliance like DMK, they are not willing to part more seats than already what they have given previous elections. Though the Congress leaders want, we should ask for more seats. They were hoping they would win these, assembly elections in Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, and Rajasthan, and show that, Congress is on the rise and we should be given a better deal. But today the Congress is not in a position to push that case. So,
very true, very true. We have all seen Game of Thrones. Many of us. What we are seeing, at least in my opinion, in India, is Game of Juveniles. That videotaping of what I would call as a very, it doesn't, there is a certain dignity that you need to maintain as part of being a member of a parliament. And that kind of got diluted, in my opinion. And also, Udayanidhi's statement that, we will eradicate Sanatan Dharma like it is a form of a dengue. This person says that he's already become a Christian. So this is the amazing thing, Shekharji. A student in NIT, Srinagar, he just forwarded a son of Hamas's statement on Instagram, and that fellow got rusticated because he started getting calls of Sartan se juda. And the NIT students, I'm told it is 50% Kashmiris and 50% from other states. They all wanted him out. They wanted to, basically, they were supporting this STSJ. I mean, look, Kashmiri Muslims, brothers and sisters, that thing won't run anymore. Better understand, if you want, once you get your NIT job, you want to get employed somewhere else in India, you better understand that India is a secular, pluralistic country. You have to respect everybody. He didn't say anything on his own. So what if he forwarded? Does everybody's forwards also get acted upon by NIT? What did NIT Srinagar do? Of course, they wanted to bring the temperature down, probably move him to some other NIT and let him finish his course and get his degree and go on. But I think that if other religions want to take pot shots at Hinduism, be ready for crap coming your way also. This is not a one-way street. This is my read, sir, and I am going to be merciless whenever if I feel somebody is taking something at me. I'm not going to hold back. I mean, I'm a Virat Hindu. I'm not going to hold back. Just my 2 cents, sir. Back to you.
So, can we have the next question?
Thank you, Srinivas Raghavan, for your super sticker. Thank you, Pawan Kishore. Does resolution on EVMs during India meeting have any weight? Recent public opinion on what people think of EVMs in Times Now indicate most people, more than 65% of them favor use of EVMs.
So there is no question of going back from EVM to ballot boxes. We have seen, what was the kind of elections you had when there was only ballot boxes, how ballot boxes used to be stacked. The ballot papers were removed. There was stamping of ballot papers. We have seen that that era is gone. Now, opposition parties, whenever they lose elections, they say that there is a tampering is possible, though Election Commission has several times had, marathon sessions to say that EVMs cannot be hacked. Now, what is this? The only thing is the trying to have more number of VVPATs, that is paper variable machines that will register every vote, and you can know actually the votes that have been cast. The people who say that they have voted for a particular party, that vote is there. That is verifiable, paper trail of the votes cast. Now, at the moment, with Supreme Court decision, Supreme Court having put a stamp of approval, a few percentage, few ballot boxes, and at a random, VVPAT is checked. Of course, that itself delays the counting process. Now, the opposition, the DD Alliance said there should be 100% VVPAT. That is, all the votes cast in a polling booth. There are thousands and thousands of polling booths. All those votes cast will have to be verified by the paper trail. Verifiable paper trail. Now, this is of course, they are trying to procure more machines, this paper trail machines, but that's a very costly exercise. But at the same time, the random exercise has not thrown up any surprises. The votes that have been cast and the votes that they show, they're matched in most cases. So there is no doubt about EVM. But this EVM bahana, I would call it a bahana, because whenever they don't do well, they blame it on EVM. I think, of course, this is a long-term process where we can have 100% of, all EVMs will have a verifiable unit, paper verifiable unit.
Yes, indeed. And this is just a matter of economics. I think by 2024, all the terminals will be voter verifiable printer attached terminal. That's what VVPAT means. And that means that the EVM itself has a voter verification. There'll be a small window. I think for 3 seconds or so it stays there. So you can look at it. You will know that, okay, I pressed for Kamal or hand or whatever. And I can see that my vote has come through. So the last thing here is that random checking number needs to be increased, and it has to be truly random. 10% of whatever the thing, like constituency or state or whatever, those things need to be randomly selected, any 10% of the VVPATs. And then those things you verify manually with the electronic count. Because once you do 10% statistical checking, it is accepted that the VVPATs are accurate and there was no tampering. I mean, this is proven. Even Congress has some MIT PhDs. If they apply their mind, they'll agree with me that 100% VVPATs and 10% checking, manual versus electronic count, to make sure everything is okay. Once this is reached, everybody should stop complaining about this. Start thinking about what you can do for your people. Next one. Raghavendra wants to know, will the hijab U-turn impact the Lok Sabha seats in Karnataka?
Sir, if it were not so, there would not have been such an outcry within the Congress party itself as to Siddaramaiah's unilateral decision. Because this is like giving BJP a very big handle to, to again get the issue back on secularism and pseudo-secularism and vote bank politics. So I think Siddaramaiah will use this time, because there is also a legal hurdle which we had just discussed. So I think because more such issues are likely to come to the fore, and BJP is also very keen that it tries to replicate the success it had in 2019 elections, where it won 26 plus 1, 27 out of 28 seats from Karnataka. One seat it was backing the candidature of Sumalata, who contested as an independent from Mandya. So,
also, I'm hearing with the JDS agreement that particular seat might be contested by JDS. So Sumalata's seat might be contested by JDS, and also Bangalore South, where right now Surya is there, Tejasvi Surya is there. that seat also might be contested by JDS. In fact, it could be even Kumaraswamy Gowda who might be standing from there. And that would put a bit of a wrinkle on the future of Tejasvi Surya. I don't know if this is true or not. This is some of the things that's doing the rounds in some of the YouTube channel shows. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Next one, please. Raghu Kashyap wants to know whom are the dynasts trying to fool? Question for both Iyers.
Well, I think they are fooling themselves only, because everybody knows who calls the shots in the Congress party, or who calls the shots in the DMK, who calls the shots in Trinamool Congress, who is calling the shots in NCP of Sharad Pawar. Sir, all these parties are completely run by the family. So therefore, there is none of us are in doubt as to what is there. But the approach of Rahul Gandhi, Sonia Gandhi, and they have forced Priyanka to accept a model where they won't be directly holding any post, but they will wield a lot of influence as to on major decisions of the Congress party, on the candidates they put up. But I do not know. It is the umbilical cord between the family and the party is very, very strong, and they have no intentions to cut it.
Thank you, sir. Next question, please. Shashank wants to know. Thank you, Shashank. Is DMK secretly helping BJP by damaging Congress electorally, as it was seen in Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, and Rajasthan, and also to an extent in Tamil Nadu?
I don't see BJP trying to help, rather, I mean, DMK trying to help BJP. Because, sir, Udayanidhi's statement, I mean, the more he makes those statements, like for instance, the way he talked, how the way he was addressing Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman. I mean, that kind of language is not there, and Nirmala gave it back to him. And she said, look, this is not the way a politician who everyone knows as is there because he is his father's son. And he's also grandson of a person like Karunanidhi. Otherwise, that is nothing he has done in his new avatar as a member of parliament, I mean, member of the state legislative assembly. And he was made a cabinet minister last year. If the rains had not spoiled the show, he could as well be deputy CM this end of this year. But I think probably that is getting delayed. So, in fact, Nirmala tried to counsel Udayanidhi in her own style. Look, this is not the way for a person like you who has ambitions, not to speak like this. But then the way the DMK leaders have responded, and some of those leaders are sensible leaders like the Tangam Tenarasu, they have reacted. And saying that, basically trying to show that, Nirmala belongs to a Brahmin community, trying to impute. And this, we are all, children of the Dravidian movement, and we are only asking for our rights. We are not asking for, all that thing, which I do not think Tamil Nadu is no longer responding to that kind of barbs. Because the issue is corruption in Tamil Nadu. The issue is the manner in which they have handled the flooding, the rains, and they are blaming IMD. So that's a problem. They are saying IMD should have been more specific, that they should have told us exactly how bad it is going to be. Now, the IMD says when we issue red alert, it means it's going to be very heavy rainfall. Because they have categories, red alert, orange alert. You should have gone by our warning. But the point is, Stalin was obsessed with this meeting, coming to Delhi to attend the opposition alliance. So,
2015, they had massive rains in Chennai, and the Sembarambakkam area had to open its sluices, and it actually flooded the city. And they said then that, well, the desiltification was not done properly. Chennai should have learnt its lesson. They have a dummy for a mayor. The mayor is being coached by the HR&CE minister. This is in front of live cameras. So this is a joke. Their mayor candidate is a joke. First of all, there is questions about whether she is a scheduled caste person or a Christian. If you convert to Christianity, if you happen to be a scheduled caste person, then you automatically lose scheduled caste benefits. In other words, she is illegally occupying the chair. The church congratulated her for being one of their own ascending to the mayor, and then realizing that there could be a problem. All that stuff got sanitized, but people have snapshots. We know which church she goes to. So these are all, we continue to plumb new lows in terms of political morals, Shekhar. I don't know what to tell. I mean, people all listen to this and they feel offended. But at the ground, even if somebody goes and protests that you need to show your credentials or put a RTI saying that we want to find out whether she converted into Christianity, and this is crypto-Christian, they don't put it, there is no proof, except that they need to be able to present the proof. Look, I saw her in this church, this church, this church, with these photographs, with even you have to take that day's newspaper also to say that I am taking this video, today is this, that is the best proof. You take that day's newspaper and show the headline, today is this day, I'm taking this proof, I'm seeing her getting out of the city approved car, walking into this church. That kind of proof, this is not difficult to obtain in this day and age. Some of you have the energy. Get off of the sofa seats. Go and do some of these things. Give it to P Gurus. We'll be happy to publish it once we verify that it is indeed true. My point I'm trying to make is you have to take the effort to clean up the politics. Otherwise, this will always be just smelling of koam. I'm sorry. Next one. Ramkrishnan AK wants to know, sir, your comments on Sree Advaniji and Joshiji not being invited.
No, sir, they have been invited and the invitation has been extended. But there was a little bit of confusion on this because the Champatraya, who is functionally the temple committee, he gave spoke to reporters saying that it would be good if Advaniji, considering he's 96 years old, and Murli Joshi, who is 90-year-old, if they do not take the trouble of coming all this way. But now I am told it has been conveyed to them that all arrangements should be made if they wish to come. And for all you know that they may be attending also. I don't think now that this thing is there because they have been told that they should, they are free to come and all hospitality be provided so that they can easily. And invitation was extended by very senior leaders, both from the VHP and from the temple trust who went to invite them.
Yeah, here's a picture, sir. Here's a picture.
It is the Champatraya statement that created that confusion.
Thank you, sir. And now let's go to next one. Chitra, thank you for becoming a YouTube member. Next one. Thank you, Vignesh Prabhu. Kumar Swami from Bengaluru Rural against DK Suresh. JDS plus BJP won't impact. People prefer to vote Congress other than JDS. Here, BJP is missing and bad. I don't know, ADJ like Telangana. I don't know what that means. Sir, yours.
Well, the efficacy of this alliance, whether the JDS Karnataka BJP alliance, how it will play out, but Yediyurappa, has decided that this alliance is necessary, and they are themselves very desperate. You saw in fact, it was only yesterday, Devagowda, accompanied by his two sons, H.D. Kumaraswamy and H.D. Revanna, and their sons. They all went and met the Prime Minister yesterday. Now, that means the Lok Sabha elections, they are going to be there. But the question is how many seats and how that will be worked out. I think this time, the central party is also going by the advice rendered by Yediyurappa that after the Congress success in the assembly elections, this kind of alliance is very, very necessary. This is what is being said. But we'll have to see how the alliance actually finally pans out.
Thank you so much, sir. And viewers, with that, we bring to close today's program. It's a wildly successful program. Thank you so much for all your support. Do feel free to provide by way of comments what you thought of this program and its content. Shekharji, thanks for staying a little bit longer than our normal 1 hour slot. We took about 1 hour, 10 minutes. And thank you so much, sir. And we are also starting a little bit late. My apologies. We had some slight corrections that we needed to do. And we will be back with Shekharji on Wednesday morning session of Hindi.
Sir, Wednesday evening.
I'm sorry, Wednesday evening at what time did we agree, sir?
7 p.m.
7 p.m. So Wednesday evening at 7 p.m., Shekharji will be joining. So we are trying this time change to 7 p.m. to see if that makes a difference. It brings in more of you to watch that program. Thanks once again, Shekharji. Namaskar.
Namaskar. Thank you.
Thank you.